It shocked the community when a 20-year-old woman with cerebral palsy was shot and killed as she slept in her bed. And tonight, Rhodd's mother is furious now that one of the men charged in her murder is back on the streets. Grace White with that story.
It's like destroyed our family. She was the heart of our family, so it's just not the same anymore.
20-year-old Rhodd was murdered in September of 2020. Lying in her bed, a bullet went through the window of her Cypress-area home during a drive-by shooting. Her mother, Rhodd, says her daughter had cerebral palsy.
She couldn't even get away if she tried.
4 men were arrested, all charged with murder. Investigators believe they were not targeting Rhodd, but her teenage brother. They're all still in jail, except for Xavier Fletcher, who bonded out last week.
I'm angry. I don't understand what judges are thinking. I don't understand why they let such violent people back out on the street.
Court records show when Fletcher's bail was originally set at $250,000, they noted other pending cases and that he's a flight risk because he was arrested in California. After that, Fletcher wrote to the judge saying he couldn't afford to post bond and it was lowered to $100,000. But he stayed behind bars. Then in October of last year, Fletcher was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for an incident that happened inside the jail. And last week, his bond was lowered again to $75,000.
We have a lot of factors that go into what bail is set.
Judge Chris Morton presides over Harris County's 230th District Court, the one hearing Fletcher's case. He agreed to talk to KHU11 about the information he considers when setting bail, but not specifically about this case.
The law specifically states that a judge cannot use bail as a means of oppression. That means we cannot set bail specifically for the purpose of keeping someone in custody.
He says judges look at the allegations in the case, past history of violating bonds, and how likely the defendant is to return for trial. But getting a jury trial right now isn't easy because of the pandemic slowing down the system.
It's not impacting the decisions we make as far as what bonds to set, but it has an impact on the length of time people stay out on bond.
Morton says they do consider public safety, and that's where bond conditions, he says, come into play. In Fletcher's case, he's required to be under electronic monitoring and 24-hour house arrest.
Makes me mad.
But for this mom, it's not the justice she imagined for her daughter.
It's overwhelming even to think about them walking around when my daughter can't. And I'll never see my daughter again. And he's home with his family.
Fletcher's attorney declined an interview but told us her client's been in custody since October of 2020, has no violent criminal convictions, and was 18 years old at the time of his arrest. His case is not on the court docket again until April. Grace White, KHOU 11 News.